Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Xeelo weekly call. As usual, we will go through a couple of features and incidents. We have features from user environment and administration. So we will go through them first, then we jump to mobile features and data exchange features. At the end, we will go through incidents. We have just 2 incidents, so it will be pretty quick. So let's start. I listed all the features on the second screen as usual. So first feature, user widget news. We have a new widget in Xeelo. You can add the widget on dashboard through the plus button, click on news, and actually the Xeelo displays you news what you define in administration. So we have in user part and administration part. First I'm showing you the user part, then we jump into administration. So let's go through user part, widget name. We can name the widget. So for example, news 1. We can select color of the widget. We can select area. I will explain area in administration, but it's just a grouping for news, nothing else. Then maximum of news that should be displayed, so we have 5, and rotate feature. I don't want to rotate, but if you click on it, turn it on, it will automatically rotate you here the widget, yeah, the news. So here we go. That's how the new widget look like. You can scroll the widget by scroll buttons. Here on the button you can see all the news here. You can switch between those news, or you can click on particular news when you are interested. So click on it, here we go, and I got news here. Yeah. So in administration, there is a new section at the bottom of administration called widgets. Inside there are 2 tiles, news area and news. News are literally particular news, and news area is just a grouping for them. So let's go through news area first. You can see that I have 3 groups: global news, training, and budget allocation news. You can add any new news. It's just a container, so you have to provide a name of news area, and then you can actually set the limitation, the restriction, according our org chart. So you can see that I have sales and visibility org chart here. Inside visibility is visibility 1 and visibility 2 org chart category. In administration, in org chart, you can see that we have sales and visibility, like I said, and inside category we have visibility 1, visibility 2, yeah? So it's according to org chart. When we return back into our widget section, there is particular news. Next tile. So let's create a new news. Click on add. On the top, you can select grouping of the news. You can select an importance. You can select default, low, medium, and high. It actually means that if you select default, background color of the news will be gray, low will be yellow, medium will be low will be blue, medium will be yellow, and high will be red. Yeah, so for example, medium, you can see those colors here. We have blue one, yellow, red, and gray. This is default. Blue is low, medium is yellow, and red one is high. So let's back into administration, and then you set validation for the news. So I would like to show the news only for 1 month, and then fill the news name. So for example, test number 1, and add a content of the news. So I can add something like that. You can use specific editor here. So for example, P, something like that, and here we go. Save and close. We have new test number 1 news in global news. So let's take a look here and scroll down. Yeah, test number 1 news. It looks like that. Sorry, I have to refresh the page. So here we go. It's the same like I add. One more thing before we leave our news. Yeah, in tile news, in particular news, for example, our test number 1 news, you can set the limitation access same way like for a news area. So you can select particular org-chart and so on. So it's the same here. All right, let's jump to another feature. Object/periodic action to rename attachment. Yeah, it is possible to rename attachment now in Xeelo. Let's take a look into object actions. So objects, for example, training run, object actions. I already create a new one, so new attachment rename. And new object actions are actually rename attachment and rename attachment from subgrid. For rename attachment, we have 2 parameters. First, First is just an attachment, object line of attachment. The second one is new attachment name. It could be object line, or it could be a string, just a string value. And yeah, you have to assign it on workflow and so on. So the rest you already know. So next feature is about periodic. We have new attribute that exclude complete requests. It's kind of different because we have in periodic settings, for example, doesn't matter, this one. We have request type on the right side, and we can select what request we would like to execute periodic action for. For example, you can select only in progress, and then the periodic action will apply only for in progress requests, or only completed, or all requests. Another feature is support for subgrids for mobile application. Support consists pre-fills, calculations, and validations. So we can set pre-fills, you can configure calculations and validations conditions, and you can obviously use IDXXXM for getting data from grid of a request. So, all right, let's take a look on it. I have object demo service desk as the service ticket, so I will create a new object. I have to populate the form, obviously. So, for example, incidents, access, so on. We'll skip to another tab and another tab. Here, I have actually mask on the title. So I have to fill the title according to mask. Some description, and at the bottom I have 2 subgrids here. First is related tickets, second is files. I just add some photo into the files. Yeah, Just click on plus, and here I have to fill the name, so test name 1, and attachment. I have to fill the attachment. Whenever you click on it, you can open source of the attachment. So I would like to have a photo library. Here, all photo. I will add just some photo and then save it. Yeah, whenever you want to add a new one, just click on plus and you can add a new one. So I have everything filled, so I click on finished and submit, and it will save a request for me and obviously import into Xeelo. Alright, here we go. Whenever I open it and I skip to our files, you can see that there is one row in the files. Yeah. And the next feature is support for attachment download. So we add the attachment. We just open the subgrid row, and you can see that there is a link underneath the attachment. So whenever I click on the link to download a file, it will actually force me to open a browser, native browser, and see the attachment. So whenever you have PDF, so it will automatically open you PDF in browser and so on. If you have zip and so on, it's this kind of tricky on iOS, but you can download it to into your device. All right, so next feature is still about mobile application tab always hidden. You can see that on my object service ticket, I have only description, details description tab, general theme, and general info tab. It's because I allowed it in our application in Xeelo for my mobile application. You can do that through templates, particular template, and access. And in access, you can see external and mobile import. Here you can allow editability and visibility of object lines, and you can see that I have, like I said, info, general info, then details, and then I have system now allowed to be visible. Yeah, but on system I clicked or I checked always hidden, so it's not visible now in mobile application. So it's the new feature. And the last feature for mobiles is image resizing. You know that whenever you upload some image, for example, for us it was in details, in files, we uploaded image here into attachment. You can specify the image size in kilobytes here. So we can specify here that image should be maximum 100 megabytes, and it will resize you the image according to the settings here. Alright, it was 4 new features from mobile section, and now we have a new feature related to data exchange. Data exchange is now working with Azure Blob Storage, so we can load and download the data to Azure Blob Storage. You can find the description and all information about those connector on our forum. Here we go. Thanks to Tomáš Kocian that described all the information here. So, perfect. All right, next one is about new connector as well. We have now web services support in data exchange. So you can connect to any web services and you can establish the connection. The solution is again, or detailed information are again described on our forum. Thank you, Thomas. You can see the description and you can see the practical connection definition. So you can try to establish the connection with those data. All right, and finally next, the last one from data connection, data exchange is authentication ADAL that allows us to connect data exchange to API links to Azure Security and Office 365 Security Center. This connector will be on forum soon. So if you need any information about it, please check the forum. All right, then that was all from features. Now we have two more incidents to describe. First one is removal of system information from widgets. You can see, actually you could see on a widget that we had widget called task item grid, those two, that had system information on widget on the left side. Now we got rid of it because we would like to show or display important data instead of system data. So you can see now that we have only important data that you specified on widget grid. All right, and the last incident is fix widget grid auto refresh after first load. Every 30 seconds, request grid reloads and get a new information and new data on the grid. It's the same functionality for widget now. So every 30 seconds, the grid or the widget reloads. It's set in administration, in application, in session, and here you can set refresh, automatic refresh period of time according to your needs in seconds.